Good morning and good evening. The Duterte power always let's do the right thing and support our president Duterte. I'm so proud of our president, and so many people should be out proud of our president Duterte for so many reasons and for so many things and so many things. He just comes more understanding and to do his own job, and he's becoming to know much more than anybody else in any president in any country. Most of it, I was watching his speech and the interview about human rights and everything, and then he's just talking about some this Calamar. I don't know who the heck is this woman Calamar, which is she seems to be from human rights, which is like a idiotic, maybe cano foreign and shit. Anyway, who doesn't know anything about human rights? And we're just talking about this Calamar was saying, and some evidence she was saying, some doctor, some kind of black doctor or something, he was saying drugs hasn't got no effects, it doesn't do anything, doesn't do any harm to anyone. What? Is this person living on the real world, or I think they must be in that some other planet, somewhere else? So who's the doctor and this stupid idiotic who is a representative of human rights, this Calamar? And then she comes into it with a doctor saying, you know, drugs doesn't have no effects, it doesn't do anything to anyone. What? Hello? Is this the right way? Is this correct? Or those people that I think they are the ones who's in drugs and they are living in some other fantasy planet which they don't know what they're talking about. So our president is mentioning, and these people keep calling and talking about our country back home and the Philippines, like extra killings, extra killings, extra killings, and human rights, human rights, human rights. But it's like I keep saying, a lot of people out of our country doesn't understand nothing about Philippines. It doesn't understand how our country has been in the Philippines, and for so many years what people has been going through, and the way we live in the Philippines. You know what? The way we live in the Philippines is not. I'm not gonna say it's great, but I'm not gonna say it's really really bad compared to so many countries, which is really completely unbelievable. You cannot even live. It's just amazing. Other countries like Iraq, Iran's, and some other places, even around Europe, even here around Europe, some countries they are so poor, worse than Philippines, and they mention our country in the Philippines is a third world country. My goodness, that is so wrong, because our country in the Philippines is not such thing like third world war country, because we are so much advanced in a lot of things. And we have so much in the Philippines than anywhere else in the world. A lot of places, like we have so much like buildings and things and whatever else we have. Our country in the Philippines is very rich country. It's only people just put us down, and they wanted to keep us always down on the bottom. And you know what? If it wasn't for our president, that's exactly what US he was trying to put it. Our country, stealing from our country, doing everything what they were doing before, and continuously, and our country kept going down. If it wasn't for our president Duterte. And then talking about this human rights, the extra killing, and then drugs doesn't do, harmful to humans. What? Is this Calamar person and the doctor she was consulting, are they okay up here? Are they local or messed up themselves? Which they must be taking drugs. Because if you're saying heroin, and ecstasy, and all that kind of stuff, and even marijuana and shibu, well, like we used to have, that's the cheapest thing, which is doesn't make any harm to a human, which it destroys all your body, it destroys all your brain, it destroys all everything in your life, your family, and so on. And we have over 4 million, and growing. If it wasn't for our president, just imagine, you know, in another 5 years, our country, where would it be if it wasn't for Mr. President Duterte? And that's what I want to, these stupid idiotic people who's trying to, convince others our president is not good and they're doing extra killings and this and that and human rights. What exactly as you were saying, what these people, this Calamar and others from outside the Philippines, like these kanos like US and some Europes and all kind of stuff, what they have to interfere in the Philippines in our country, what they have to interfere with our people, because you know what, maybe a lot of people in our country in the Philippines they don't know much about outside of what's going on, because US a few years ago they destroyed Iraq. Why they went to Iraq for? They went to Iraq for oil and all that stuff. Plus Saddam Hussein, he wanted to change the dollar. Saddam Hussein, they killed him for reasons they wanted to change US dollar to Europeans' money. So that's why, because the dollar, if they start, like those places, Saddam Hussein start changing the dollar, canceling the dollar, and trading into other countries with other money, the dollar, it will be nothing. You will finish the dollar. And other countries will follow. Gaddafi, they killed Gaddafi, because why Gaddafi? In some parts of Arabia. Why they kill Gaddafi? Gaddafi wanted to also stop the dollar. They killed him because Gaddafi wanted to change, instead of dollar, changing money as gold for countries trading. And some parts of Africa and Gaddafi and some other countries, they were agreeing on that. But US, they killed Gaddafi. They went into his place to kill him for those kind of reasons, because the dollar, a few Saudi Arabia countries wanted to finish the dollar. And that's why they're going in to kill those people. Today, about human rights again. What the heck the Europeans knows about human rights? You see, that's the problem with these flipping Europeans. In this kind of, they go into other countries, poor countries like, we're not poor. Our country in the Philippines, we're not poor. We have much more than UK has. We have much more than, around Europe has. We have much more than they do. It's only because the government we used to have used to be corrupted, never care about our people, our Filipino people. That's the problem. If the government, for so many years, this flipping Aquino and some others who used to be as president, care about our people and our country, like our President Duterte does, our country will be right on the top right now. Will not be like we are on the bottom, and our Filipino people will have work. They will be working, and we will be really good country. We still are a good country, the best country around the world, as far as I know. The best people we have, very kind and very hospitable, and all that. That's what we are. I know things will change along the line as we're going along, because everything does change. But coming up with this kind of human rights, as our president was having in the interview, I'm so proud of him, because he's calling, some other idiotic canoe. They just interfere into our country, but they don't see what they do. As he says, look at Iraq, what the Americans done. American, US, France, Europe. They destroy Iraq. If you people see how the people in Iraq lives, you cannot believe it. They don't even have clean water. They don't even have food. They cannot even do nothing. Their homes is all destroyed, is rubble. They live under rubble. They live just like nothing. Some places of Saudi Arabia, you people, you get killed every day. Over here, as they're saying, drugs doesn't do killing. Over here we have ecstasy. In this UK, ecstasy. People get killed with ecstasy. Young guys, they think that is funny. They take that tablet. They're killed. They'll die because of that. Cannabis is every day over here in UK. UK, cannabis is everywhere. Everybody in the street, they smoke that kind of cannabis. Holland legalized drugs. In Holland, drugs is legalized. You can go to Holland. That's why a lot of people go a trip to Holland to smoke drugs, ecstasy, anything you want, you have in Holland. Because the government over there is a part of in Amsterdam. They legalize drugs. So, and then they come in to us. Our president is cleaning our place and making the people better. And the people who doesn't want to change is the ones who's doing bad and continue doing that. How can we stop that? You know, things happens. People get killed. Every day people get killed over here. In UK, people get killed. Everywhere we get killed. We get killed. People get killed. US, how, come on, is, as our president mentioning, why US and some other countries come, and France coming to my country and telling me about human rights? Do they look at their own human rights on their own country? No, because over here they have much more, for someone to shut up and be quiet because they don't want to know, and put it publicly on the public for public to know about those things, what's going around Europe and their own country, what they've been killed, and drugs. France, come on, is one of the huge places around Europe which imports drugs. Spain, the same. A lot of drugs come from Morocco and some other countries into Spain and all over Europe, into Amsterdam. So it goes a loop around it. And what? And they come in to say to us, drugs doesn't do any harm to a human. Are they, this calamar woman, she's haven't got no job in that country. Nobody will pay attention to her because she has people to fight her. So she what? She coming to Philippines to be famous and all that kind of stuff. Involving UN in anything, for what? Why should we involve a UN? Who gives a shit about this UN? For what? Our president has the right to look after our own country, and I do hope he puts people like this not even allowed to come into the Philippines. And we shouldn't even listen to even people outside, out of our country. Like he says all the time, I listen to my own people, which is the Filipino people. And that's the correct way. This is the correct way. If it was me also, I would not like anyone from outside to interfere in my own country. The only people who loves their own country and loves their people, he does everything to make their country good and best. And you obey my laws, not European laws, not UN laws, not anybody laws. Our laws in the Philippines. And that's what matters, and that's what we should follow. If we don't have laws in anything, everything is lost. So we have to have law and order, as we say, and everybody has to. But now this human rights coming and tell us and interfering with our country. Like our president keeps saying it. Stay away, it's not your business. And this is my country, and I listen to my own people, and that's what we should do all the time. And our people should support our president. Because he knows, and if everyone seriously take just a few seconds to think about it, what our president has done to our country and what he is continue doing it to our country to get better, to rebuild it. Actually, he's rebuilding our country, back our country. That's what he's doing. Have we ever seen anyone rebuilding our country? Any president, any politician, anyone? Except people going against him, saying this, he done that. What doesn't matter what he did this or did that or whatever. What matters is, as a president, as a responsibility, and what matters is what he's doing right now, and forward and future coming up. Not what just has passed, this, that. We don't talk about past. We don't talk about anything. We're looking into our president, is what he's doing and continue doing it for everything. So, come on. What can I say about this human rights? And people keep pushing it and keep saying extra killings and this and that on the Philippines. As I also mentioned it, drug dealers kills the people who used to trade for them because they can identify anyone. Just imagine we had generals, as our president said, generals, police, and people from government controlling drugs, mayors all over the barangays doing drugs, controlling everything. The poor people, they don't have no even a say because you'll be afraid if you open your mouth. Any barangay, you will shoot them, you will kill them. I was in Rojas City. I know around those places. I've been many times over there. I have stayed over there for a long time. And I know the control of the mayor around Rojas. And I know how the poor people are afraid, because the mayors over there controls a lot of land, and a lot of poor people live in those lands. If you do anything out of place, what they would do, they kick you out or they shoot you or do something. As you don't have no say, no nothing, what you do, you shut your mouth and you don't say nothing. You cannot say nothing. You just see it, look, be quiet, and that's it. So, but this is about human rights. As I'm gonna mention one more time, as our president say, other countries is worse than ours. The UN bomb a lot of countries, kill a lot of people. Those countries until today is nothing, nothing. The poor people is suffering, and until today, UK, US, Europeans done all that, and then why those people, this Calamar and some other stupid idiotic foreigners comes into our country and mention anything about extra killings and accusing our president? Why? Because they want to be famous. They want to be in news all the time. They want to be what? Go and look into your own country and leave our country and the Philippines alone. And we support our President Duterte always. Always, we are with you. Keep doing what is right. If everyone pays attention, see what he's more the right thing and the right way of saying things, and he has more proofs on that than any other people which they cannot talk about it, and they try to avoid questions. For now, let's support our President Duterte. Duterte power, always let's do the right thing. And we love you, Tatay. Keep doing what you're doing, and we support you always. Power to Duterte, and power to our Filipino people, and support our president. God bless, and I'll see you next time. And I'm sorry, some people, they I say some a while ago I done a video, and some guy comment whatever. Sometimes I can do mistake. I don't do editing. Like I said in videos, I just do as I do and I talk, and if there's any mistakes, whatever, just apologize for that. But you know, that's how it goes. The 30 power. God bless. See you next time. Bye bye.